Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Uncook and Wine. Today I have a very special guest. As always, my guests are the best. Her name is Beulla Bubble on TikTok. So when I DM'd this girl, she was like, I feel like you're my internet...
Social media sibling.
So, social media sibling, because look, I see your post and I'm like, yes.
This is exactly it.
The way I think, yeah.
Relate,
How are you, Beulla?
I'm alright. How are you?
Thank you for coming. Please introduce yourself, tell the people what you do, who you are, and yeah.
My name is Beulla Mukaro, born and bred in Bulawayo. Social media, Beulla Bubble, obviously. What do? I do my best in life.
Don't we all do our best in this country?
In life. But yeah, that's basically me. I'm born and bred in Bulawayo. Right now I live in Rishavane though, for work. And I'm a makeup artist, I'm a bridal stylist, and among other small things. And other things I can't mention on this podcast.
We understand. Everyone is hustling in this country because who
definitely.
are we without hustle? You talked about you do bridal
styling.
Bridal styling. Okay.
Yeah, the thing with brides, I feel like we got the whole concept of weddings wrong.
Oof.
Yes, we have. The problem is how you portray yourself on your wedding day is most likely going to go through time. A long time. Like wedding day, yes, people can say I can redo my anniversary and everything, but your wedding day, you can't redo it. You can't. So how you dress, how you're going to look, how your day, it's important, because if your hair and your dress don't match, it's going to be a problem. You can look short when you're not really short. So it's all about dimension, illusion, and stuff. So you need a stylist. That's where I come in.
I'll definitely look for you when I get married, God willing. I don't know if that's going to happen, but...
I don't want that role. I want to be a bridesmaid.
You want to be a bridesmaid?
Yes, please.
Please pray for me. Pray for me to find a husband.
Praying is very difficult for me these days. I can't even pray for myself.
God willing, guys, I get married. She doesn't want to be my stylist. Okay, so speaking about, it's good that you started talking about weddings. I've seen like a couple of videos of, of your TikTok videos.
Yeah.
Your TikTok videos, you talk about marriage pressure. You've said a lot about
and
marriage.
People want to
People have commented on your posts. Yeah, you should get married. Like I get the same. I get the same on Twitter. Like, hey, please stop.
Yeah.
Why do you think women are so? Is it okay? Let me even think. Are women pressured, or it's what men think?
Women are pressured, and we do allow the pressure to get to us. We do, honestly. And how we react to the pressure and how we react to literally what everybody says to us about marriage, men are watching. And they know. If I give you this, I'll tell you something. There is an ex of mine. This one broke my heart to oblivion. The first things he did when we went out for the first time was he kept on talking about and all that, right? And I've had scenarios of 3 or 4 guys who do the same thing. I'm like, you are saying it to me. That's when I started having a negative connotation to the thing, because you're saying it to me as if it's bait. That thing where I'm going to throw it in there. Let's be honest, who doesn't want a white wedding? Who doesn't want a beautiful wedding? But is it really the marriage that we want? Or it's the wedding day that we want?
I was about to say the same thing. That's
why I splurge on parties.
I was about to say, is it really people want to be tied down to someone, or they just want the whole Rora thing?
And the whole fact of, in society, for you to be... I'll tell you one thing. The town I live in right now is Rishavane. If you are a missus, you get treated a certain way.
Really?
Yeah. If you are a miss, you get treated a certain way. You understand? And sometimes people have this thing where, you are married, why are you around somebody who's not married? So they make it seem as if marriage is a cult. You understand? But yes, they make it seem like it's a cult. That's why they always shout at me, you can't talk about marriage because you're not married, ignoring the fact that most therapists, marriage counselors, They are not
They're
even
single.
married.
So talking about it, do you think, because, when I think about back in the day, a wedding it took time before people got married.
Exactly.
Had the wedding. I remember I had a family member, people had to come together. It was do you think that wedding ceremonies or marriage ceremonies have been made so simple such that it's easier for people to get married now? Because now people just do the traditional rota and the next thing they sign, they're married.
I actually prefer that. If you're going, like, I'm very much, this new Bubbles is very much into celebrating my blackness, so much into celebrating my culture and everything. Rora, I support Rora, right? But of course, we shouldn't make it seem as if it's a money-making scheme. You get it? The whole white wedding thing, for me personally, but it's in the white dress too. Like, it's in the white dress too. They're saying white dress represents purity, and then the black dress is, in fact, my brain is going into a very deep, dark hole. But my whole point is, you can do Rora. I actually support people who just go and sign.
But my question is, the fact that it has been made to be such a simple event compared to back in the day, is it not what is giving people pressure? Is it not what it's made? Because people date for 3 months, then the next thing, Rora squad, because I feel like having a Rora celebration is so much easier and it's so much affordable than the whole traditional wedding. Such that people are just rushing into it. Is it not one of the reasons why people are rushing into marriages and then 1 year after they're divorced? Or people are just thinking, you know what, it's cool to do this because I can do it.
No, the pressure is not there. The pressure is at the point of being called a missus. That's where the problem is.
There are people that actually want to be called a missus.
I don't care if you beat me black and blue. As long as you give me the title, that's where the brain is. As long as you give me the title, I want that thing.
Isn't that because people are idle? Because most of us, we go to university. After university, there's no work. What's next? I need to have a child. And you don't want to have a child out of wedlock. You don't want to be called Animwana. The next thing is, I need to find a man. I need to be married and be with someone. Is it not that people are idle?
People are not putting in the work to just figure out kuti iwewe someone. I think I've spoken about this before. Kuti iwewe is todo. Who are you? Alone, outside of everybody else, outside of the cameras, outside of everything. Who are you? The moment you understand that and the moment you know, anything else around you that comes into your life comes to complement who you are as a person. And then people learn how to treat you. But then the issue is, we have people who tweak their characters and personalities based on who they are dating at that point. Do you understand?
That person before.
We have seen it happen before, You tweak your personality, you tweak your character because of... People don't know themselves. They don't even know the fundamental of marriage at the end of the day. They don't even know the fundamental of relationships and love, So they really don't know that. All they want is that thing. Okay,
The day you're stuck with that man.
Yeah, watora ma picture takuona everything. Some of us know, us who are being sidelined when people get married, we know.
How are you being sidelined?
Inside there is not nice.
Girl, you're not hating. Who sidelined you?
I don't hate on anyone. It's the facts.
Okay, wait. How were you sidelined when someone was getting married?
No, that's what people do. Like, when you get married, like, we're friends. I get married. I cut you off because you're single.
My friends, if you ever get married and cut me off, I'm coming for you. Like, what?
I have been cut off before.
Is it because, bring me to another point. Is it because I've heard women saying, when you get married, there's no reason, like you're saying, there's no point of being around people that are not married because what are they going to tell you?
Yeah.
Is it because they want to be aligned with like-minded people? Probably you don't have the same conversation. You want to go out. She's talking about, I need to go home to my kids. So is it not because of that?
That's where the thing that I was talking about comes in, where you know yourself, then everything else around you complements what you're doing. You have a friend who's single and you're married. There should be a base foundation of what got you guys together in the first place. It can't be because both of you were single.
Okay.
It can't be. There has to be a base something that brought you guys together, so that even when your friend gets married, or I know Power Ranger every weekend. You understand? But there's no way my friend can keep on Power Ranging like I used to. But we can meet at certain events.
So the friend that cut you off, what was bringing you together?
Hey, bana.
What was it that made you friends?
All right, there are 3 people who cut me off.
Oh wow.
There are 3 people who cut me off.
What?
The first one is justified because I was part of a bridal party and I was in charge of her rings.
And you lost them.
And I lost the ring.
I'll be mad at you.
I lost the ring in the middle. It was bad. It was bad. I lost the ring, and when we found it, a car had gone on top of it. The rock was solid, but the band was bent. So she had to use, because her ring had 2 supporting bands. So she had to use those 2. It still looked pretty, but the act in itself wasn't a good look. It wasn't.
Did you feel like you were jealous of her? Because women feel like that sometimes. Like, why is she sabotaging my marriage?
I'm not sure how she felt at the moment because she was comforting me instead of me comforting her.
Oh, wow.
Because I was panicking,
Yeah, okay.
And then after that, no, what I did was wrong. Honestly, it was very wrong. It was very careless, especially for the day. It was very careless. I'd put the rings in a huge clutch. So there was nothing else in there. So I feel like there's a time I opened it and then it got lost. So I actually understand her cutting me off. That one is fine.
Okay, the other 2?
And then the second one cut me off because the family of her husband didn't like me.
The family, not even a husband, the family of her husband. They're like, oh, what did you do? How did the family know you? Okay, well, you're friends, but...
Yeah, I think it's difficult as a married woman when you're getting into a family and then they're like, we don't like this friend of yours. I get where she was coming from, but at the same time, it really hurt, hey? Can't really get into detail.
So she chose her family, her new family over you?
I feel like it's justified on her part. It's justified. So there's really nothing I could do. And then the third one, what happened with the third one? It just fizzled out. I'm very outspoken, like especially on social media and whatnot. And some patriarchal societies are like, we don't think you people should be in the same vicinity.
I get you.
Yeah, because they're like, she can't be outspoken like that. A woman should be.
And why are you friends with someone like that?
Zamyor. So why would you be friends like that? But the one who's got a husband, who's got a family, we had the most beautiful times when we were together. We had so much fun.
So, okay, out of curiosity, out of all the 3 people that cut you off, what is the most common thing?
Me being outspoken.
So they liked you for that?
Oh, the common thing between
all
of us. The common thing. The common thing is we could sit down and we could talk.
Well, you guys were all friends, the 4 of you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, the first one, no. But we could sit down and we could talk. Like, we could talk the whole day. Not even talk about anybody else, but gossip can sip in here and there. But we could talk the whole day, talk about mistakes we've made, talk about the things we wish we could do better, talk about our dreams, how we're going to drive Majiwako and stuff.
So, but don't you get that now that they're married, conversation might be different? Because then you were both...
Yeah, definitely. It could
be conversation has changed.
Here's my thing, right? For conversation to change, why is it changing?
No, because back then, you had goals, you wanted to buy G-Wagons. Now her goal is her husband is going to buy her G-Wagon. Now, when she starts talking about her husband to you and you don't have a husband...
She can still buy her own G-Wagon.
Okay.
The conversation doesn't need to change.
Okay, there's something else you talked about. One of your TikTok videos, you talked about starting from the bottom. I'm 43 years old. What does starting from if I meet a guy, what does starting from the bottom? I'm starting from the bottom with a guy. What does that look like?
This is when the vein
At my age.
bubbles comes into play.
The what?
The vein bubbles comes into play.
Please.
Okay, this is my thing. This is my thing. I feel like some of the people we grow up into is because of our background. But Inini personally, as a person, I cannot, for the life of me,
start from the bottom.
Build with the problem. Up. this is where our problem is. A man who we claim has nothing is a different man to when he has something. Totally, totally different.
But they don't leave their wives.
They don't, because
they're like, you know, she found me with nothing.
Exactly.
Even if they're different.
Yeah, that's
but
gratitude. It's not love.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's gratitude. It's not love. But they are there who start with their people from the bottom, and then they still love their people the same, of which that's beautiful. But
so wait, what is starting from the bottom?
Starting from the bottom is me assisting a man so that he can I've always hated that notion, Kuti. You need to support your man so that he can rise. Who is supporting me so that I can rise?
You rise together, you're supporting each other. So you're saying men don't support their women?
No, they don't.
I've heard stories of men that take their women to university, they pay for their fees and stuff like that.
It depends. No, doing that. Like, sometimes when I get into my head and I start scrutinizing things like a lot. Is he doing this out of the fact he loves this person, or is doing it because of his image? And then when he does that, and that image is not suitable, or he feels like, no, this is not suiting my my vibe, what is he going to do? There's someone who's going to suit the vibe.
So you're saying men only do that? Okay, maybe some men, please. Some men only help their women become better people just so as to feel good about themselves?
Yes. Men are driven by pride and ego.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're driven by pride and ego.
So, sorry, how old are you?
29, about
At 29, if a guy comes to you today, you know, he's starting. He has an aqua.
He's starting what?
He's building his life. He's trying to build his future. He's starting from somewhere.
Okay.
You know, he has 9 to 8 to 5 job. He's getting paid probably $800. He's doing quite well.
Okay.
You know, he's got a Honda Fit. He's renting a room someplace. And he says, Beulla, see, sister, I want to marry you, but this is what I have. Would you consider that man?
I think maybe if we go back to drawing board, maybe people don't understand me. I have been approached by men who are claimed to have money, right? They're flashy and everything. But your money, your cars, all your cars that I talk about, until your Defenders, your Range Rovers and everything, that doesn't impress me. Yeah, it doesn't. What impresses me, however, are the dollars that come into my hands. You get my point? So if you can have like an 8 to 5 job and you can still be like, babe, you know,
there's
splurge.
$20 for your hair and
nails. Not really, but
how much are we talking about? No, he said probably a month he can give you $100 from his $800.
A month. That doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
No.
But he also has his bills, he also has a life, he also has needs. And he's saying, babe, I can give you $100 per month. Per $100 you can pay for your hair, $50 whether you do braids or whatever. $20 you do your nails, $20 you do your lashes, $10 you go and buy yourself Nando's. And this is what he can do. Would you consider dating such a person?
Of which that's not terrible, but not for me.
Oh, it's not for you.
Not for me.
So what does starting from the bottom look like for you?
For me, I want to experience life. That's my foundation of life in general. I want to experience life. I have helped myself experience life at a certain point. You know? I know there are things I can do for myself.
Okay.
But when you're coming into you can't just enter into a meeting and you bring nothing to the table.
So what should a man bring to the table for
Money.
Beulla to say, now I am your woman?
Yeah, I could say yes. Finances, definitely for me, that's a definite.
So how much girlfriend allowance are we talking about? Because $100 waramba.
Girlfriend allowance outside of my expenses, rentals and stuff.
Wait, so he's supposed to be your rentals?
No, and not that, but in Rukuti, just in case you feel like.
Okay, so total expenses, girlfriend allowance, everything. How much should a man spend on you for them to qualify to be Beulla's men?
I feel like this is going to get me into trouble.
I'm just trying to understand what's going on in the streets, girl.
No, people are different. I can't really, you know.
No, we want to know you. I'm putting you in a corner.
My wish,
Okay.
in my wish is to have a boyfriend who can give me at least 20,000, 50,000 girlfriend allowance.
20 USD?
That's a wish, remember.
Okay. But
That's a wish.
okay, but what can you accept? Is it 1,000? 1,000, 5,000?
Truthfully, down to earth, Ramwari, I will accept someone who's intentional with what they're giving me.
Ah, okay.
Very intentional with what you're giving me. You don't have to be a I'm lying. You can't be a billionaire. I was about to say you can't be. But I'm very intentional with people who actually watch and see, okay, fine. I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. I love people who are intentional with what they do. You know? As much as I preach about, you're starting from the bottom, no guys, or whatever, but a man was very intentional because when you're a man and you're intentional with what you do and you show what, you know what, this I can do for you, babe. I would thrive to do better. I can do the same.
Yeah. So speaking of starting from the bottom, do you think it's the reason why a lot of women are so comfortable with being a second wife nowadays? Because people don't want to start from the bottom. You look at from ages probably 25 to 35, there's a rise compared to back in the day. I know it was there back in the day, but now, not even it wasn't there, there's a rise, but I feel like people are more comfortable with it. People are now open about talking about it to say, you know, I'm somebody's second wife. Men are actually approaching you and saying, I want a second wife. Is it because at 28 or 30, someone is now willing to start from the bottom, so they'd rather just be a second to a man who's already made it?
That's where we come in with the whole issue of what society does to women to pressure them into something like that. Like for you to get into something of that nature, like if it's something you feel like you want to do, and if here is the difference. There's a difference between a cheating man and a polygamous man.
Okay.
If you're polygamous, when you get your first wife, she has to know. Could I'm going to what? There's a chance I might get a what? A second wife, or a third, or a fourth, or a fifth. And then there's the cheating man. The cheating man, when the wife finds out and stuff, and he was talking with his boys, is like, me, I'm polygamous and stuff and stuff and stuff. That's not being polygamous, that's cheating.
Okay.
Polygamy is not as simple as cutting butter with a hot knife. There has to be agreeing family members and stuff and stuff and stuff. So if that's what they do, then that's cool, you know? That's fine. But then at the end of the day, I feel like munhu anofanira kuziva zvaari kuda in life.
Okay.
Being a second wife at 30, being a second wife at 30, if that's what you felt before, or maybe I'm open to it, then that's cool. You get it? Not because you can't do it because you feel like time is going past or you now want to start from the bottom. But being a second wife again, my dear, if you are going to be a second wife, and as obscene as it is, you can't be starting with someone from the bottom as a second wife.
No, my question was, is it because people don't want to start from the bottom? That's why they're settling for second wife position.
I know.
It's not because of that.
Even if you're going to be a first one, you can't start from the bottom, man. You can't.
So what do you want these guys to do?
Do you know
because
what
we've got young
is?
Guys that are at the not I don't want to say at the bottom, but that are building themselves up, and they need a woman to build with. If you are saying you can't start as a wife from the bottom, what do you want this man to do?
This is what hurts with society. This is what hurts with society, because as a man, and if you're going to get into a zone where you're like, okay, fine, I'm starting with my person from the bottom, men are never held accountable or responsible for anything, right? Society, literally all the time. So there is no way you can know how he's going to be with nothing and how he's going to be when he has something. Because accountability, they can never attack their emotions.
There's love. I love you, you love me.
What is love? Love.
Okay, so talking about polygamy again, I'll go back to it. Why do you think as a society we've become so comfortable with the idea of polygamy? Because it is happening. People are sharing husbands and it's out there. People are being comfortable. I've had men approach me and saying, hey, look, I like you, I'm married, and I want you to be my second. I'm like, back in the day, It was Jainyadzisa.
Oh, but it was there. It's just
No,
that.
it was there.
Yeah.
Not as much as
It's
now.
just that
it
now-
was there, but people. It was in the community. It would be embarrassing.
Yeah.
Now women boast about it.
But I'm a second wife.
But I'm a second wife, and I've seen. I don't know if you've seen. There's couples on social media and post 2 wives with their husbands.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple on TikTok doing that, and is it because as a society we are accepting of it now?
Yeah.
What do you think has changed from then to now?
To now. I don't know how to explain this. Like back then, like I was saying, it was there back then, but they didn't talk about it much, right? And then now, number one, if we're looking at the negative, reasons for that, number one, obviously the audacity, right? Of, you know what, I can have 2 wives. And again, I'll go back to that point that I was talking about. I'll go back to that point where if you are going to be a second wife, you are going to be a second wife to someone who's already been, if we are going to be boasting about it, you're going to be a second wife to someone who's already been clear from the get-go, even with the first wife, that I'm polygamous.
Cheating or polygamy. So as the young girls or young women that are becoming second wife, we have accepted and we are now okay.
That's why they always say, ndo zvavari varumava ipwere, adzizi pwere vanhu vakuru. Point blank, period.
Okay. So if a man comes to you, Beulla, he's very rich. He has 2 wives or 1 wife, whatever the case is, and says, Beulla, baby, I'm willing to do A, B, C, D. Monthly allowance 50K, got 100K. Can you be my second wife? Will you be a second wife?
For 50K a month,
100K, 50K, 100K.
I'm going. What do you mean?
You okay with being a second wife?
This is the problem. This is the problem. People don't understand. I come first. Me, I come first. Before anyone else around me. Before my mother, my sisters. No, that's a lie. My sisters, no. I would do anything for my sisters. I come first before any external force. A man can never come first before, come first, goes cry, yeah, no, it's me first.
So you would be a second
So
wife.
if I'm going to agree to something like that, it's because I know I'm going to benefit, and if I want to bounce, I'm going to bounce.
So you would do it for the money.
Eh.
Okay, my next question before you answer that, you just answer them together. Do you feel like a lot of second wives don't actually love their men? It's just about the money.
Yes. Point blank, period.
So men with 2, 3 wives, the other 2, 3, 4, 5 side chicks, they don't.
Some could genuinely love, but most of them, no.
Talking about cheating, have you ever been cheated on?
Yes, I have.
And how did you deal with a girl? Because, woo,
Okay, if I say I've been cheated on countless times, I'll be lying.
okay.
Right? I have this ex. I don't like him.
You don't like him?
I hate that
I feel like
boy.
I like all my exes. I don't
I
hate them.
hate that boy. So this guy used to import girls from out of town.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to import girls from out of town and do whatever it is it does, sends them back. And then it was a time where he was very prominent, right? So he would import girls, do whatever it is, he's whatever. This one time, did we break up? We had a fight. And then I went to his house. I don't know what I'd gone to pick up, or I just went there because I wanted, or maybe, I thought maybe we would talk. I thought the guy was hosting a flipping party with a bunch of girls. I have, but then at the end of the day, like I'm always saying, I come first. You know, I come first. Yeah, at that time I left.
Okay.
And he crowed a cry when I did what I
They
did
always
next.
do. They always act stupid when you catch them. It's like,
No. When I left, when I left, he didn't. He didn't. He was enjoying his life.
oh, okay.
And then I rocked up with a new boyfriend.
And then he had an issue.
To a fact, that town is very small. So I rocked up to. It was the birthday of the new guy. So I had coaxed him into doing a party because I love parties. So I'm like, do a party. You get it? So he does a party, and I wasn't expecting X to be there, because he cheated on me with this girl. And that was my last straw. The other ones I didn't really see.
You didn't know about it.
Yeah, the other ones I didn't really see. Like, there would be talks, there would be...
Messages.
Not messages, not even. His phone I never touched.
Oh, wow.
know? So there would be these funny things that kept on happening, but because I'm like, I don't have first-hand info of what's happening. Then I read messages. He was sleeping this other time. I opened his phone. I don't know what prompted me to do that. I can't remember what prompted me to do that. And when I opened, the first thing that I did, I went to his chat and I typed babe on the search bar.
This is how you catch your people when they're cheating. You just go there, type I love you, I miss you, babe, on the search bar.
Yeah,
all the messages.
I typed...
Don't say I didn't tell you.
I typed babe. No, before I did that, I looked for group messages with us boys. But then there were a lot of them, and some of them were business, but you can't really comb through all of them. So I just went and I searched babe, and then this girl shows up, right? And they're talking about me. Bubbles is very bossy. She's very
He's
bossy.
gossiping about you with his babe.
Leave her. Yeah, I'm planning to leave her because I feel like I want to be with you. You are the wife material and stuff, I read all this, and of which I've heard this before, so it didn't shock me. I've heard it from people before, boyfriends before, And then I'm like, and I woke him up. This was around 7 a.m. because he can sleep up to 11. So I woke him up and I was like, wake up, wear your clothes. Mind you, we're at his house. Wear your clothes and get out. I don't want to see you.
Oh, you were telling him at his house?
At his house.
To get out?
Get out.
Oh, wow.
And whilst you're doing that, tell me when you're breaking up with me.
Girl?
He was like, what do you mean? I don't like fighting nonsense. I really don't, especially if it involves girls. I mean, I can't ask you, why would you be with this girl and what? No, he's an adult. He knows what he was doing when he was saying those things, right? So I can't ask you, why would you say this? No, you said it because you felt you wanted to say it. So the only thing I'm going to ask you, when are you breaking up with me? He's like, what do you mean? Because I don't want to confusion. What do you mean, baby? My message. When I didn't mean that. It was a mistake. Yeah, I'm like, dude, bruh. And then he left. I packed all my shit that night, and then I bounced. I think it was a week. Later. And then this boy came into the picture, right? Because he was always on my ass before. I'm like, you know what? Why not? Because I'm single now. And then just do a party. Just celebrate your life, He does the party. I show up as the
girlfriend.
The
queen.
Then the ex comes in. I cried a crowd.
But okay.
In his Mercedes Benz.
Oh,
he
wow.
cried a crowd. Point blank period.
Killing me.
Why would you do this to me?
So there's another thing. Have you ever, because women do this, it's something I've never done. And I'll never do, whereby they call the other woman. Have you ever done that? Like
Me?
to say, leave my man.
Never.
What do you think women do that? Because I've done, I didn't once, but no, wait, listen.
No.
Let me explain.
Mira. What did you do?
So this guy had a child.
Okay.
Right. So I called the girlfriend and pretended to be the child. She was like 9 or 10. And I was like, hey, I'm so-and-so's child. And I hear you're my dad's girlfriend. Because this guy kept on saying, no, she's my friend. He kept on lying about this girl. I kept on seeing messages. She's like, yes, I've been dating your dad for so... Did the girl not tell me everything? She's like, I've been dating your dad for such a long. Yes, I'm a nurse. Yes, I do this. I was like, okay, nice talking to you. So after I called her, she then called the guy. She's like, your daughter.
Todo.
The guy's like, oh,
Todo.
shit, what's the number?
Todo.
I know. It's back in the years, guys.
I'm still
But that was the only
on.
time.
I pretended to be his child. Why?
Because I wanted to know the truth. The guy kept on lying. So
I don't know if it's pride but I don't think so. Because I take men as they are.
I'd never do that.
I take them as they are. Good vanu wakuru. Most of the times, even older than me. If you did it, it's because you wanted to. There is no mistake. There is no, I was out of my mind or I was going through stuff. No, you did it because you wanted to.
What about women that say, you knew my husband is married, you knew my man like has a woman, and you still went there, so it's your fault?
But he also knew.
No, I'll deal with him, but now I want to deal with you.
They never
for
deal with
knowing.
them. The moment you call the other woman, you are never going to deal with your husband.
So you're saying they should never, women should
9
never
times
do.
out of 10, the husband says, it's okay, you can call her. Or it's okay, you can approach her. No.
No, but they're saying, okay, so what do you think about women saying it's your fault? Like to say, hey, you know this person is married. You know this person is kids. You know this person is a wife, as a girlfriend.
Yeah. My sentiments are, if the primary source of the tree, which is the root, is rotten, you can't blame the fruit. Why? Just uproot the whole flipping tree.
Have you ever cheated?
Me? On people who deserved it, yes.
I posted a bit, like my last episode, I talked about cheating.
And we are running out of time. So I can't sparkle it forever.
My last episode, I talked about how I cheated, and people were in the comments on Twitter talking about, you cheated. Hey, people are going to see this in the future. Hey, internet doesn't forget. How could you even come? I'm like, guys, you're all acting as if you're holy, but we know what is happening in the streets. I have, and I've, like you said, I've only cheated on people that probably in relationships that I thought needed to end, or somebody had messed up.
No, if I wanted to end it, I would end it. But if by any chance you cheat on me, and I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, I remember this ex who used to import people. There's a time when I told them, I'm like, people only look at you because you're with me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's what I said to him, even if it's not true, but give me the benefit of the doubt. That's what I told him. And a week later we traveled. I think we came here. We traveled, and that's what happened. And he got mad about it. I'm like, only people are going to look at you because you're walking with me. If you're alone, nobody's going to look at you twice.
Oh, wow.
You get it? So I ended up doing something to him.
You cheated on him?
Yes, I did. With someone. You don't just cheat for the sake of cheating around.
Guys,
you cheat on with the nice things. So that when he sees the nice things, I planted my evidence very carefully.
Don't try this at home, guys.
I want you to see. The guy had written a book that I cheated with. Yes. And I took that book, I put it in my car. Because I knew he would drive my car sometimes.
Oh, wow.
I'm not petty, I just karma.
Oh, my Beulla. My Shayla.
My Shayla.
All right, Beulla. Oh, my God. It has been so much fun talking to you. I feel like today we don't have much time.
The fact that I just drank 1 glass of wine during this whole thing, that's shocking.
It's 2 glasses. Almost 2 glasses. Oh. But anyway, the next time you come to Harare, we need to do this again because I feel like we have like a lot of things to unpick.
I'm coming back again next week.
You're coming? Oh,
I got you.
We need you back. So if people want to find you on social media, where can they find you?
TikTok, Instagram.
What's the handle?
It's at Beulla. Is it _? Yeah, at Beulla_Bubble. That's where you can find me.
Follow my girl Beulla. Guys,
I give you life advice. It will mess up your life somehow, but it will shape it for the right ground. Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much, guys, for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for the love. I see you all. Please, if you're watching this and you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Click on the notification button. Share. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.